Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new WR League Racing video. Today, round number 3 around Abu Dhabi, and we are heading out for our first Q1 run here on the soft compound,
League TV's.
And yeah, we're leading the championship, as you can see in a second, by 13 points to Brandon Lee, 18 points to Otis Lawrence, and 25 points to Nicolas Longue. So yeah, good start, solid start to the season in WOR. And yeah, we're looking to try and extend that lead to Brandon Lee, of course, this race. Brandon's been on a roll. I think he's finished on the podium in every league race so far. Even though his qualifying has been kind of mid, he's every single time managed to get up to like P3, P2 in the races. So yeah, actually no, in PSO he didn't finish on the podium.
I'm gifted if you get 4 in Q3
in the last round.
Don't worry.
But yeah, in WR he has finished both races on the podium. So yeah, he's been low-key cooking. No ideal for us, because he's making it more difficult for us. But here we go, Q1. Initially going into this, I knew I was gonna have no pace. So as stream title, I chose Last to Third Challenge, and then as a joke behind it said, just because I have no qualifying pace. And that wasn't just the case. I did not practice enough. I was playing some Call of Duty with friends for like 2 days straight. But yeah, I kind of put WR always a little bit, not on the sideline, but less serious than PSGL, which is on a Wednesday. Yeah, don't know why, but obviously if I want to take it serious, I have to practice for 3-4 days. You'll have to do that for both PSGL and WR. It's kind of a lot. I would just be driving intensely 7 days a week. So yeah, not an issue for F1 Esports, but I prefer not to do that year round. So here we go then, Q1. It's gonna be 21.4 from Otis Lawrence. We do a 52.2 split into the last sector, which is actually decent. We won't be able to do a 21.4 with that, but if we do a good last sector, we can get somewhat close. As you can see, having a lot of corrections through that section there, through the hotel section, into the final corner, and up to the line. It's gonna be 21.743. Missed the last corner a little bit.
What a lap. What a lap,
Which
ladies and
puts
gentlemen.
us P6 at the moment. Some people still had to cross the line. However, I retired from the session to try and save a set of tires for Q3. And we went out in Q1. So, looks like the last first challenge. Or actually, it's not even last, it's P17. So, not sure what to do with this. Around last of the grid. Back to the grid, I should call it. To first challenge here in WR. A bit frustrating because we're only 2.5 hundredths behind Brandon P15. So we should have gone out again, but I tried to save a set of tires for Q3. Didn't quite work out. We should have gone out again. But yeah, not the end of the world. Abu Dhabi is a great track to overtake. And together out in Q1 with Xander, Ikebena, and Joost Noordijk, I think so. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly, but doesn't matter anyway.
You can do a bit of lift and coast in case.
We need to,
Not the end of the world.
try and finish ahead of all of them this race. We're going to be starting on the mediums. You can see lots of different tire strategies here around Abu Dhabi. Back in the day, it used to be possible to do a 2-stop, but the softs are a little bit useless now on some tracks on this game. So here we go then. It's going to be 5 red lights, starting P17 on the grid. And it's going to be lights out, and away we go. You can see we have much more grip on those mediums compared to Daniel Kjeldsen on the hards, but we're a little bit boxed in here. And yeah, didn't want to send it on Will Lewis as well. It's 3 wide around my outside, so made sure to leave some extra space. I got a huge snap of oversteer. And now we're gonna go side by side. We've actually dropped down to P18 here for a moment. We send it down the inside, and we have to be careful there not to take out Will Lewis. Was on the mediums as well. So, yeah, we need to try and follow him through the traffic. We didn't have a great opening few corners here. You can see we're really low on the ERS already. And I'm trying to kind of find a different line here. I have to leave space for Xander as well. For a moment I thought it was going to be 3 wide again into that chicane. I'm trying to fight off Xander and into the next left-hander.
What was that?
We run over the bump. There's a huge bump there in that corner, which, yeah, if you turn like a centimeter in earlier, you don't have the issue. I'm sending it down the inside here. Not really to attack Xander, but more to defend myself from Iker behind. And now we have lost the position in the opening lap. Even though we started on the mediums, we've lost the position. So this has not gone off to a great start, or back of the grid to first challenge. But yeah, we have to get on with it. They're going side by side up front again. Will Lewis and Rise Linton into turn 1, squeezing each other off a little bit. You can see Will Lewis having a huge snap of overs there. Kept it on track though. And now I need to recharge my battery a little bit before we can go on the attack. We got Xander down the inside of 2 cars. Just about made it through. And now we are down the inside of Daniel Kjeldsen again. We are going on the attack with the help of Slipstream. We're going to go down the inside here. Seems like we've got a lot more battery. Maybe Xander ran out. Rice Linton had to... Reese Linton, I actually still don't know how to pronounce his name. Had to take avoiding action there. And we slot up to P15. So good second lap, poor first lap so far in this race. We're back behind Will Lewis. At the end of, or midway into lap 2. And Fabricio Donoso, the next hard runner in P13.
What happened to John? Oh, no, it's John, not John, it's Joris.
And yeah, you can see a bit of a gap forming between Joris and Isvan there. Reason for that, Joris has front wing damage here. I didn't know that at the time. But yeah, Will Lewis up to P13. We're going to try and follow him through on the next straight. You can see Joris recharging there. Not sure if he's low on battery or actually just recharging. But we're going to try and go for a move here because he has front wing damage. And yeah, we are also on the medium. So we still have a lot more pace than those hard runners. You can see on the front right he's missing the end plate. He's squeezing us a little bit there. And we just about get into P14 around the outside there. And now we need to try and find a way past Will Lewis. He's on the same strategy as us, so that'll be great. That will move us up a net 1 position. However, easy said and done. DRS trains, it's not easy to overtake without a tire advantage. However, Will looking like he's struggling a little bit into the final corner with the backhand. And you can see that 1 corner later or a few corners later, again struggling with the backhand. Trying to keep it on the track there. Yeah, he used a bit of an overtake there, but yeah, looks like he has more straight line speed than us, so decided to stick behind for 1 more lap. And into the next left-hander we have been...
Thank you very much.
...tapped around. And now we're back to P17. Luckily for us we have a full battery and we can go straight back on the attack into the next fast left-hander. Up to P17 we go again. It's 3 wide there for a moment. So I had to make sure I left enough space for both of those guys.
Oh my god.
As they're completely going off track behind me. But yeah, this is no ideal. Lost like 3 positions with that. 4 maybe for a moment. So yeah. Anyway, we have to get on with it again. And try to crawl our way back up to where we were, behind Will Lewis. Again, we were behind him at the start. Lost a few positions, we're behind him. And now we've lost a few positions here. And now we need to try and get back behind him again. So yeah, Joris obviously still with the front wing damage. Doesn't seem to affect him too much. But he is still in the hards though. So yeah, or medium should still be faster, I reckon. And that's why we're gonna go in the attack again into the next chicane. Maybe we can even clear him before the next chicane. You can see he's recharging. We are not. We're on the overtake button. And we're gonna move up to P15. And now we've got Rice Linton. I think it was Rice or Reese who tapped us around. Not sure. Don't care too much anyway. It was a little bit of a bunch up. You know, easy mistake to make. Frustrating for us. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's just hope he doesn't make the same mistake again. At least on us. I'm more than happy for him to do it on other people. But yeah, Will Lewis up front again. You can see huge incident here, and this is great for us. Will Lewis getting an illegal overtake, gaining us 3 positions right there, I think so. And Shanaka got an illegal overtake as well, so he had to give a position back to Isvan. And we got another position because of that. So we've gone from P14 to P10 with a single incident. Great for us, not so great for them. So yeah, 4 positions gained and 2 positions gained to medium runners. So that's great news. However, you can see there's now quite a big gap from Isvan to Fabrizio, but also from Fabrizio to the leaders, to the top 7. So we need to try and catch that back up, and yeah, that would give us a great advantage. And we can see now Isvan sliding. Fabrizio had a slide as well, and now we're going to turn on the overtake button to try and move up ahead of Fabrizio. I got Daniel pushing behind me as well, so I was kind of forced into this move. And he's sending it down the inside as well now. And actually had to turn a little bit away there. This is not ideal because we're trying to catch back up to the leaders. And if we start battling, that's never going to happen. So I need to try and work together. I also am now a little bit low on battery, so I need to recharge my battery. I'm not sure how Isvan is, of course, on the battery, but yeah, let's try and recharge here so we can go back on the attack later on. However, I had to box at the end of lap 12 as my tires were starting to fall off the cliff a little bit. We've got another 2 cars ahead of us boxing. That's Otis Lawrence into the pits. I think it's actually just Otis ahead of us. You can see he's already done with his pit stop. So unfortunately, we never really caught up to the train. But yeah, it is what it is. Out we go again. We got Ismail Fassi going past us. He has made a pit stop 1 or 2 laps earlier onto the hards. And you can see he's ahead of Otis Lawrence. So coming out of the pits, we got some work to do. We are 6.3 seconds behind Ismail Fassi here. And we try and catch that up. So yeah, 6 seconds to gain to the net race leaders, I reckon. They're gonna undercut, of course. Or at least that's their plan. And we've got Shanaka Clay behind us. He boxed, I think, 1 lap earlier. And that's great for us. Great news, because now we can swap around each lap, trade DRS. And that will help the overall pace. So what we're gonna do here is just pull off to the side. Let Shanaka through. Give him a bit of slipstream. And then we work together every lap. Every lap we just swap around, giving each other DRS. So same straight again. We're gonna pass Shanaka. We're on the overtake button, using our battery to get past. And then we use a bit more of a battery in the final sector. And then we just keep doing that, lap after lap. So yeah, lap 15, letting Shanaka through again. And it looks like we're not really gaining to Otis and Ismail though. I think in the very last 1 or 2 laps we did start gaining a tiny bit. Not sure if we can still see that. But yeah, 6.0 seconds behind Ismail. And yeah, once we move past, that's going to be less, of course. So yeah, now start of lap 19, we've got Barry Borman, Jake Benham, and John Evans, all on a new set of mediums. So they are only 1.4 seconds behind us. Jake, however, does have a 10-second penalty for speeding into pits, and yeah, that's not going to be removed. So he is basically out of this race. 10-second penalty, brutal, by the way, for speeding a few kilometers into the pit lane. But yeah, lap 20 now. We got Jake moving past us with a 10-second penalty. And into the next left hand. We got Barry sending it from really far back. We give him the space. He doesn't quite give us the
Sorry,
space
man.
on the apex.
Literally gonna let him through. He drives like that.
And yeah, wasn't too happy. Decided to just put the recharge button back on because I wasn't gonna fight these guys initially anyway, as Shanaka and Barry touched into that left hand. I'm not sure what happened there, but Shanaka got wing damage from that, so yeah, he's missing a front end plate now, and he is gonna be struggling for the rest of this race with front downforce. And yeah, we got Thomas now in P10. All of those guys started in the top 5, by the way, so if we can finish around them, that will be great. But at the moment, there's no point in fighting these guys. We need to try and stay with them, and then see if we can maybe do something later on in the race. See if there's going to be some incidents, some spicy moments. So yeah, just going to try and stay with them, not go on the attack. And then we've got Thomas 1 second behind. I expect him to overtake Shanaka soon as well. At least probably on this straight, and you can see, yeah, on the very next straight, he's gonna pass us as well. I'm not fighting this, I'm just gonna wave him through, recharge the battery, and that's better for both races.
Bump is crazy.
Yeah, you can see me go over the bump there.
Don't put that there.
It's just, you instantly go straight if you run over it. But yeah, not fighting this. Thomas on even 1 lap fresher set of tires than these guys ahead of him. So yeah, just gonna try and stay with them for the next few laps, and then yeah, try and fight against them. Thomas with a 22.8, or fast lap was a 23.6. Lap 26 now. Brendan behind us on an even fresher set of tires than all of those guys had. He's got the freshest tires on the grid, I think, so I think boxed the end of lap 20. Sent it really late in there and didn't expect that.
But he was staying behind.
And yeah, he has a 3-second penalty. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take the risk. Maybe he gets removed, maybe it doesn't. But I had to bet here for the final few laps. I had to bet here for, yeah, trying to overtake 2, 3, 4 cars in the very final lap, and maybe have some incidents up front as well, you know. So decided, you know what, we're gonna save our battery and our tires a little bit, and then fully go on the attack in the last 1 lap of this race. You can see Jake and John going side by side through the second last corner. That was a bit sketchy, and now we got 3 laps to go. So let's hope Brendan can go for some moves, cause some chaos himself as well. He is our championship rival as well, so it feels bad to let him through, but at the same time he did have the 3-second penalty, which did not get removed, or did get removed. It was an unfair penalty by the game, randomly given when he drove into the pit entry, so that will get removed. I didn't know at the time, of course, that's why I let him through. But now we've got Brendan going down the inside of John into the next chicane, and that's great for us because now we're gonna try and move past John on the next straight. John has been fighting quite hard for the past few laps, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna push this. I'm gonna push the ERS, get squeezed a little bit onto the curb. Bottoms us out, but now we got a huge switchback and still a lot of battery to use, so we go around the outside into this next right-hander. We've got some more space on the outside, and that turns into the inside for the next left-hander. So up to P7 we go, with 2 laps remaining. Still by Brendan, he's on the fresh set of medium, so I was hoping he was going to make some inroads here quickly, as they're fighting hard up front. So trying to recharge my battery a little bit, and then move past some of these guys. You can see Barry still trying to find his way through on Otis and Ismail, who were on the same strategy as us. Remember, they were 6 seconds ahead. Now they're only a second ahead. So, yeah, we've been massively carried forward in this race. Obviously, we had great pace because a lot of
this is definitely gonna go well.
Couldn't pull off the same strategy, but yeah, Here we go. 1.5 lap to go, and you can see he's getting a little bit squirmy-wormy up ahead. They're going side by side, Jake and Ismail. Otis trying to go for a switch back there.
Oh my god, what am I doing?
Couldn't quite get the power down. You can see where rear tires starting to struggle. And yeah, no move possible for us just yet. And we're just gonna have to stay behind here for a little bit longer. Brendan going for, I think, a double move. He gets squeezed a little bit off track. And now we're behind Otis, who started, I think, in the top 5. So from P17 to P7 at the moment. It's going to be P6 with the penalty of Jake. Let's see if we can get past Otis here as well in the final lap of the race. I was thinking about a little send there, but that usually doesn't go down too well. So decided not to do it. Full battery then, final lap of the race. And similar tires to Otis, so this is going to have to be done on raw pace. This overtake is going to have to be done on raw pace. Both are going to get DRS, and you can see I'm going to go on the attack already into the start of sector 2. Otis got a little bit deep. We go for the switchback, and now we're going to be running side by side down the straight, and it's going to be a drag race towards the next chicane. We're trying to get a bit of slipstream for Ismail Fassi. You can see we've got more battery, and I was thinking about a cheeky little send into the next chicane, but that was going to be too late, and I would have been in danger of tapping Ismail around. We go around the outside into the next chicane. A little bit of wheel banging, which is a dangerous game to play on this game, considering how the contact model is. But into the next left-hander, we're going to have to defend a little bit from John Evans. And now into the final sector, we're going to go in, and that's P5, if you consider Jake's penalty. And now we maybe have a chance to catch Ismail Fassi. However, we've been almost stepped around there, and that has lost us a chance of attacking Ismail Fassi here in the very final few corners. We probably wouldn't have made it anyway, but it is frustrating, and we didn't even get the chance for it. But
nice one, very lovely drive. On to the next one.
It's gonna be P5. You can see it says P4 there, or the game says P4, but it's gonna be P5 because Brendan's penalty is gonna be removed. There's still some people under investigation. I think Barbie is still under investigation. I could have put an inquiry against Otis and Reese. I decided not to do it. I felt like they were just mistakes. I didn't do it intentional, you know. So yeah, decided not to do it because I don't want to put a steward's inquiry against every little thing, of course. So yeah. P4 or P5 it is, maybe P4 if Barbie gets a penalty, but we're gonna have to wait and see. For that, we remain in the championship lead, of course, in P1. With a P5, we get 53 points out of the first 3 races, which is not too bad, averaging around 18 points, just under 18 points. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe for more league racing content, and also make sure to check out my merchandise on jarnoopmeer.com, and see you guys next time. Ciao.